Hello, hello, and welcome to yet another live stream. I've got a new microphone, so if my volume's all over the place, let me know in the comments and I'll try to adjust it. I'm hoping it sounds a little bit better, but we'll see as we go on what it's like. It's a result of a Black Friday sale. I got a Blue Yeti. So if it sounds any better, let me know. But yeah, we'll carry on as normal. The hair's a little blue font because I just finished kickboxing and I couldn't be bothered to do it. So I started the live stream without it. So let's have a look at the comments and see who we've got with us today. With us, as always, we've got Jeremy Carr. Welcome, Jeremy. Hope you're doing well. Hope your stomach is full from your Thanksgiving dinner over there. Assuming you've been eating leftovers all day for the weekend, over the weekend. Next up, we've got Jeremy Carr again. I wish full stomachs and shelves for everyone. Absolutely. Jeremy says the sound is okay, so hopefully that's a good thing. Louis Rizzo is with us as well. Keep is already sold out. Will there be a Warner Brothers sale, a WB sale? I think it's Warner Brothers. So the Keep was announced recently, and I think it sold out within a couple of hours. If that, I think it went really, really quickly. Not sure what the numbers were limited to, but yeah, it's gone already and fetching silly numbers on eBay for what I've seen. Nicholas Dickens is with us. Good evening, Nicholas. Sorry I couldn't catch all of last week's live stream. Hope everyone's had a great year. That's okay, Nicholas. You can always repeat play. AJ, hi everyone, and sounding good. So hopefully this new microphone's here to stay. If it is slightly echoey, I'm going to try and pad the room out a little bit with some acoustic foam and things like that. If you're wondering, before I carry on in the comments, if you're wondering where Glenn is going to be with us in a couple of minutes. Is again running slightly late, so he'll be with us in a moment. And Nicholas saying hello to Jeremy, which you've probably seen in the comments, and I perhaps shouldn't have clicked it, but there we go. Kevin Malloy is with us. Good evening, Kevin. Hope you're well. We've got Slipknot fan with us as well. Good evening, Slipknot. John Robinson. Good evening, John. Hope you're well as well, sir. So today's topic, I might try and skate around it a little bit before we get going, but we've got Out of Control because, of course, being a collector, I've got a little bit out of control with a few things recently, not just the movies, other things as well. One of them being, I want to say hello to Anthony first as well. Anthony Lipiello is with us as well. Good evening, Anthony. Hope you're well. So I got carried away recently. Of course, the old collector habits back, and I went crazy on Criterion. I've not really dipped into many Black Friday sales, but the Criterion sale, it got me. It really did. I've probably seen on one of my videos, I did an order, and I ordered 3 titles. I kept it quite reasonable, and that was going to be it. Then the US Criterion popped up, and I ordered a couple of items from the US Criterion through Barnes & Noble, which I've still got to receive. And then I went back to the UK Criterion sale, and I went to pick up, and then I ended up ordering Infernal Affairs. So that was like three visits to the Criterion sales through different places. And I don't know if anyone else has been sucked in, but after I posted the video that I did hunting for the Criterion titles, someone suggested another title I should have picked up while I was there. And I went a little nuts because I thought, yeah, you know, while it's in the sale, I'll go and I'll pick it up. So I went back to HMV, I went to FOP, and this thing, it's sold out. It's sold out everywhere. It was Lone Star on Blu Ray. It was sold out in FOP. It was sold out in HMV. I went online and Railwaves was sold out. Amazon was sold out. HMV was sold out. So it set me off with that fear of missing out. I got that fear that I just wasn't going to get this title if I didn't order it. I don't know if it's a limited print run. I don't know if they'll be doing another print run. But suddenly that urge was absolutely massive. I needed to have it. And I dipped into the sale a 4th time. I found it on eBay. I found a 4K copy of it in the Criterion sale, and I ordered it. But that four times into the Criterion sale, tell me that's not nuts. Tell me that I'm not alone with how many times I go back and forth to the sales and how crazy it gets because you feel you're going to miss out on it. I don't know why, with it being sold out, it just sent me on an absolute frenzy. I feel ridiculous for doing it. I feel ridiculous for admitting it, but it just sent me insane. And I'm back into them collecting habits of going absolutely mental for it. It's ridiculous. I'm going to hop back to the comments just to, instead of just rambling on. Nicholas Dickens, here we go. I do feel I can get out of control. I've banned myself from buying action figures. I was crazy with Star Wars and Marvel, now happily selling them all. Is that any of the original Star Wars figures there, Nicholas, or are they the newer ones? Let's have a look. Jeremy, merchandising. Slap the title of your favourite thing here. There we go. Everyone, tell us what your favourites are. Slipknot fan. Phil, I saw your 2 short movies, The Final Girl and The Confession, which were great. Do you have any good stories about filming them? No, not really. The guy that directed them and made them, he's a sort of acquaintance. I used to go to the acting workshop in Nottingham, and the contacts there knew this young lad called Liam who was making shorts. And at the time, I think he was doing 1 horror short every month or even every week or something like that. And he was honing his skills as a director. And I sort of went over and did a couple of shorts for him there. So they were very low to no budget. But this guy, he loves movies and his passion was there. So I went to do these short films for him. The Confession, that was actually one that I got entered into a competition, and he won. He won the UK tour of it. It was to do with, I want to say, Annabelle, one of the new Annabelle movies coming out, and the director of that invited people to make the scariest short film and enter them into a competition. And he won, and he got flown out to the US to meet the director and meet some of the studio as well to discuss potential future. He's still making short films. And yeah, I stay in touch with him every now and again. But yeah, the independent movies can be tough because it's literally you and just a handful of others, and there's not much comfort there. So you're out in the middle of the night, it's freezing cold, and they haven't got the support of many other people. So it's just tough to get through. And yeah, but there's nothing particularly bad that sticks out apart from The Final Girl. There was a moment in that where one of the bad guys was taking a beating from the girls, and I think the girls got a bit overexcited, and one of the girls that were actually meant to be doing the hitting somehow got hit in the head herself by one of the props. She cut all the head open and had to be taken to hospital that night. So we had to carry on filming without her. But such is the nature of independent films. Back to topic. AJ Pink, the UK Criterion sale is the first one in ages, easy to get sucked in. Yeah, and 3 times to the UK sale. That shows how easy it is to keep going back. I nearly went back again when HMV were offering 20% off their 4K and Blu Ray. I nearly went back for Thelma and Louise, which was on my Criterion list, but I did hold strong and I backed down from that for now. Just skip through. Louis Rizzo, you should find libraries that carry the Criterions. The libraries around me, I don't know if it's countrywide, but they've kind of stopped doing the physical media. My local library, I was going to donate my old DVDs to them so they could stock them on the shelves, but they wouldn't take them. They no longer had them. They no longer have the interest there. So I don't know if it's countrywide or if it's just in my area, but the libraries that we have are very limited to books, literally. So yeah, I don't think I'd find, I think I'd struggle to find DVDs, let alone finding anyone that actually stocked Criterions for that sort of thing. Nicholas Dickens, Criterion and sale, that's like a rabbit hole. It sure is, and I fell right in. So Meowsalot has made us. So Meowsalot has made it with us. Hello, Sir Meowsalot. Hope you are well. Louis Rizzo, Star Wars and MCU 4Ks saving me money because their no standard blues are released on Tuesday. I'm not sure what they are. Let me know, Louis, in the comments. Slipknot fan. I liked Confession most of the 2. Phil's demonic silhouette was really eerie with all the big fingers. I think they stuck extra fingers on it. It was just literally tape rolled up and all black. It was fun. Very low budget, but he did it very, very well. All the women in the final girl seemed pretty tall. I don't think so, but then again, I'm head and shoulders above them. So meows a lot. Collecting beyond the movie. What does that mean? As I look around my room, I see 5 different TARDIS, a Godzilla figure, and 2 Mobile Suit Gundam action figures. Ah, I see now. There we go. And Jeremy, see, I was waiting for Glenn for the topic. He said it was going to be a couple of minutes, but he's not appeared yet. What other formats did you spiral into? I'm going to show you in a moment. I've got pictures, but I've got things sat here as well to be able to show you. So we'll go into that in just a second. Big Jace. Hey, Phil. Hey, everyone. I'm here, but not. I'm running around doing bits, but you're in the background. Do I need to shout loud, Jace? There we go. Right. Hey, Big Jace. There we go. So what's set me off on this thing? I decided I wanted to upgrade my little office here. You've possibly seen in the videos, possibly not. I've got PlayStation 4 sat here. I've got the 4K TV on the wall, which I use for viewing things like that. I do a little bit of gaming, but not a lot. And I thought, you know what? It's time for an upgrade. So the Black Friday sales came up, and of course, there's certain things reduced. So I went in for a PlayStation 5. I've upgraded the 4, and I've not set it up yet. It's still sat here in the box. I went for PlayStation 5. And what set me off on this was the topic of spiraling into other formats. I've got the PlayStation 5, but of course, with every upgrade or every new thing that you've got, you need something to go with it. So I went online onto the PlayStation Store, and I ordered or bought the digital copy of RoboCop, the game. And it got me thinking of how my collecting and my love of certain movies like RoboCop can spiral into other formats. And before I continue, Lynn has said hi, so that must mean Glenn is on his way. He could be sneakily in the room now. Oh,
I might be.
Hi, Glenn.
Hello.
How
are you? I'm okay, thank you. Are you?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you.
Good, good, good.
I'm just spiraling into the subject that I kind of set up of, I forgot the collecting beyond the movies, how I collect beyond the movies, and what's led me to this thing. So I'm just saying that I have upgraded my office space to the PlayStation 5. So I've got a 4K player. I wanted a 4K player in the office, and PlayStation 5 seemed logical to replace the PlayStation 4. And it set me off, and I bought RoboCop.
You did?
Because I'm a movie fan. I love RoboCop, and it means I've got to get the game, right? So with that purchase came the purchase of RoboCop, and it got me thinking about what else I'm doing in other areas of the house. So my kids have got Xbox that they play on, and I've already downloaded the Indiana Jones. So I'm collecting the franchises in game form all across Indiana Jones, RoboCop, you name it. It's going across. And then I did the ridiculous thing, because I'm just being ridiculous now, and I ordered this. Have you seen the Retro Realms edition?
Yes, the
Halloween and Evil Dead.
Yeah, the 8-bit thing.
Yeah, I went absolutely batshit crazy for these film franchises in physical forms, but I didn't just let it stop at just the game. I wanted the limited edition. The collecting, it got ridiculous. I got this Retro Realms limited edition because of the Halloween game, because I'm such a fan. I went over the top and bought this thing. And I said, step back, and I've realized that's spiraling out of control. That is a ridiculous purchase, because I've got this box that's just full of crap. I've just got sucked in to this movie franchise collecting. It's not the actual Blu Ray, it's not the actual movie, it's game. And we talk a lot about what's in the limited editions and the tats that we don't need. Yeah, I've been sucked into this nonsense.
It is a very nice box, though.
It is a nice box.
It is a nice box, yeah.
but it cost me like £100 for what's in it and in the box. Do we
Yeah.
need the box? Where's that going to sit?
I'd be less bothered about what's inside it. I do actually quite like the box.
Yeah.
You can put things in a box. A box is practical. So I don't think that's that bad.
Very good.
But no, yeah, I mean, when you said that you'd ordered that, I'm not sure why you ordered the limited edition thing, other than the words limited edition, and you went, "Oh, it's a limited edition. I must buy the limited edition," and bought it.
Yeah.
And now you've got all that stuff that you don't know what to do with.
Exactly. Exactly. I'm at the point now I've realised that collecting, that part of collecting, it's overflowed from my passion for the movies, has overflowed into other areas, and it's fell back into the same pattern that I was doing with collecting movies, collecting some things for the sake of it.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, you know, we've both done it. We do it with books. I'm still guilty of that with books. I've actually had a spillover little. Let me just do that. It's gone very light. There we go. I got a book through this week that is film connected. Bear with me. Bear with me.
Show us. I'm coming back. I'm going to read our comments while you're fetching things because you've got a lot of hellos there.
Okay.
Anthony, Jeremy's just given Lynn a shout out in the other room. Anthony Lipiello, hello there, Glenn.
Hello, Anthony. How are you?
Hey, fellas, for everyone else in the chat.
Hi, John.
Hey, Jeremy says hey.
Hey, Jeremy.
Yeah. So, sorry, carry on.
That's all right. So my tie-in thing, tie is a very good connection, in fact. The novelization of X.
Right.
The novelization of it, yeah.
Is that pretty recent?
Very recent, yeah. And they are planning the whole trilogy. So, unfortunately, I will buy the whole trilogy.
Nice.
It's a very nice looking book. This guy seems to do the movie adaptations for numerous different things.
Yeah.
I got the Terrifier 2 one, and that's by him. He seems to be the go-to guy when they want to do a novelization of a film, basically.
Yeah.
So, but it's a very nice book. It's a nice artwork and what have you, and it'll sit on the shelf.
It's another example of how our love for film overflows into other areas.
Books, figures, posters. You know, we've always done it. Like I said to you, them that are up there, they're up there. Those Royal Bubbles and what have you.
Yeah.
The Ghostface ones. I was collecting every single Ghostface one that came out. And then I thought, what are you doing? It's Ghostface, just in a slightly different position. Yeah, that was it. So I got a shot of all of them, and I just kept one. And that's all you need to represent your love for that film. You don't even need that, realistically. And I don't know why I'm waving a pen round, but it was here and I grabbed it.
I mean, I'm looking forward to trying these games, but I didn't need all these on all the different platforms, did I, really?
No, but you can sit with the cuddly toy under your arm when you're playing the game, can't you?
True.
That'd be nice. That'd be cozy.
RoboCop game I'm looking forward to downloading. I mean, Nicholas has just commented, RoboCop is one of those things I like. It's just a one character, so Robo and Ed 209 are great designs. I'd not get rid of it, of my very few RoboCops. Yeah,
it's one that I was tempted by, but I play a lot of Call of Duty. So for me, it just kind of looked like, oh, it's RoboCop on Call of Duty. So yeah, I'd definitely give it a go.
Louis asked, any updates on the new RoboCop RoboDoc discussing the sequels and a TV series? I've not seen any updates, Louis, but I'm considering actually reaching out to Christopher, the guy that makes them, and seeing if I can get an interview or any information from him. If anyone's interested, let me know. I know the last interview I did with Vice Press, I don't think it did particularly well in terms of viewing, so I'm not sure on how many people are actually interested in me doing interviews with people. But if he wants updates, I can definitely reach out to him and see if he's willing to come on and do a bit of a chat or something like that. That'd be quite interesting, because the first RoboDoc was in depth, really in depth. Wallace Starred. Just got my first dedicated 4K player, Panasonic DB-UB820K 4K Ultra HD player. Nice. Is that one of those super expensive ones that are like 600 quid or something like that?
I've just swapped mine out for a little Sony one, but only because my Samsung one didn't have multi-region Blu-ray, whereas my new Sony one does, because I've been missing it.
Multi-region.
Yeah,
That's going to open up some temptation.
Mm.
Shandy, how you feeling, Glenn? Glad to catch another live stream. If you had control over any franchise, which one would you want a sequel made for?
Good question. If we had control over a franchise, you know, a film I was thinking about. Well, I was at the restaurant just, and I was sat with someone who is also a fan of this film or this film franchise, and that's the Sin City movies.
Oh, right, yes.
I could go for another Sin City movie.
Nice.
Don't necessarily need control over that,
to
be honest, because Rodriguez has kind of got his finger on it with that.
I've never actually seen Sin City 2. Never actually watched it.
Philip,
I know.
I'm actually A, surprised, and B, another word for surprised.
I think it came at a time.
I assumed you had.
No, there's a period of time when my first kid was born that there's a lot of movies that just fell through the gaps. And
that was said with real passion, by the way.
Yeah. But
first
when
kid was born.
When the first kid was born, there was a lot of movies that fell through the gaps. I've never watched the third Hobbit movie because of it. Never watched the third and fourth Hunger Games because they were sort of coming around that time, and there was a few that just fell through the gaps, and I've never gone back to yet. I ought to really work on that, but there was a lot that fell through. In terms of a sequel made, I think that's a difficult one with the sequels because as much as I love a movie, I don't necessarily always want to see more. I think there are movies that I would pick for a remake that didn't quite live up to expectations, but
well, the way the question was phrased was almost something that you feel like I say, if you could take control of it, so you felt like it wasn't doing what it should be doing or where it should be going. And I can't think of anything like that off the top of my head. What bugs me with remakes is they always remake stuff that was really good in the first place. Because it was successful in the first place, they think, well, we'll remake it and it'll be as successful the second time round. Don't touch things that were successful. Because people just resent them being made and they're never as good as the original. Remake stuff that has potential but didn't quite live up to it and make it better.
I'll tell you something that does fill me with fear that I would like to not take control of myself, but I would like to see go a certain path is sequels to our favorite franchises, such as Lethal Weapon. Now they're talking about Lethal Weapon 5, and it fills me with fear that they're going to try and keep it as Riggs and Murtaugh, who are clearly too old for that stuff.
I don't know. Well, I think the risk is they bring in two young, annoying replacements. And it's kind of like it's guaranteed it's going to be Gibson and Glover's kind of last, isn't it? That's the thing. So it's going to try and reinvigorate the franchise, and it's who they bring in to replace them. We're going to like them as much.
That's it. Big Jace, what's in the box? I assume Jace means this one. See, I've not opened this. I've not opened this yet. It's in consideration to just head to eBay because it was a ridiculous purchase, but I have got a picture of kind of what was in it. I don't know if you can see it, but there's the box. There is a Michael Myers pin badge that you can see just on the right-hand shoulder of the Michael Myers plushie. Then there is a steel book for all you fans. Glenn, I could send that on to you if you wish.
I need somewhere to store my biscuits. So
I think there's a digital download of the soundtrack. I think there's a couple of prints, something else. There's a Laurie Strode playable character for the Halloween game, and then a couple of coins that are kind of
rubbish.
Plaqued. I don't know. They're in the plastic glass case. They're sort of encased in something, and that's pretty much it. There's not that much in there, really, to be fair.
And how much over the odds did you pay for that?
It was $100.
So what's that? Double the
No,
game?
I think it probably costs about 90 quid with shipping.
Right. Okay.
Somewhere around there. So it's not bad. It should fetch that much if I bang it on eBay. But excuse me, sorry. Slipknot fan. The Halloween game box is cool though. Still not as bad as the plastic Texas chainsaw for $300.
I did see that.
Yes.
The person I saw that was most excited about that was Chris on 3C Films.
Yeah.
Went out and bought it straight away. Absolutely loved it. And I'm unsurprised he bought it.
Yeah. Jeremy, only limited editions I got this week was Universal Monsters 8 films 4K set from Amazon, exclusive in that big book.
Nice.
Waiting on Tommy. Limited edition Blu Ray, where case slip is limited and comes with a book.
I am going to take advantage of one of my American friends, or I'm going to try and take advantage of one. I say my American friend, our American friends. Sorry, I'm being very not inclusive. Well, I've sent it to you already because it's the most I've been excited about a popcorn bucket ever. And that's the Nosferatu one, which is Nosferatu's sarcophagus. And it's going to be a popcorn bucket. And I can guarantee it's only going to be exclusive in the States. And I think it's Regal Cinema Chains. So if anyone in the States wants to be my friend forever, and I will love you forever, if when that comes out, you could possibly get me one, and I will.
Pimp it, Glenn. Come on. Pimp it.
Well, yeah, I'm trying not to sound too desperate, but I really want one.
So Glenn wants the Nosferatu popcorn bucket.
Yes, please. That's the bottom line.
Yeah.
So if anyone in the States happens to come across it, I don't think it's out till Christmas Day. I'm just wondering whether the cinema chain will get it earlier than that. But I can guarantee we will not get them over here. And it just looks amazing. And I'd kill for one. I won't kill for one, so don't ask me to do that. But I'd like one a lot, is what I'm saying. Thank you. Please continue. Yes.
Jeremy thought the interview with Vice Press was great, so down for more. So I might try to reach out to Chris and see if he's willing to jump on. I think it might depend how far along he is with the RoboDuck series and how busy it is, but I'm sure he'll pop on and chat.
I've not even told you, I got a poster through this week. Well,
here we go.
Artwork through this week. And I'd ordered it through HMV. And I didn't realise until it appeared that it was actually Vice Press.
Nice.
Vice Press release. Yeah.
Which one was it?
Shall I wheel back? I'll wheel back.
Oh, here we go again.
I'm wheeling back.
Yeah.
It's over here somewhere. Yeah.
Keep talking, man. Keep talking.
I'm talking. I'm leaning on my shining cushion as well, look.
Nice. I've got my shining light mattress.
Hey! Men of great taste. What can we say?
I'll jump into the comments again. Wallace starred.
Yeah, jump in.
I don't find any value in physical items that don't serve a purpose. The only reason I collect films is because I'll rewatch them and it keeps me from paying for streaming. Toys are just a serotonin grab.
Wally, I adore everything you've just said there. It's very true. The few bits that I've kept, I know I don't need at all.
Yes.
Yep.
Nicholas, the thing about this collecting lark, it can be very insidious and addictive. Jeremy's disagreeing with Wally here as well. Wally, as much as it pains me to say, you are right. It's the serotonin grab because it is. I'm still going to buy it. I do like the quality of some plastic
crack. Yeah. So I didn't realise until it came with a little card like that. Yeah. And then.
Wally's just mentioning, once was a huge vintage toy collector, but found after a while I was collecting for the community to show off to friends. As soon as I got the new piece of the dopamine ended, and I've been hunting for new.
This is it. You know, what we were saying last week about your collection and everybody wanting this great collection that looks amazing on your shelf.
Yeah.
And very few people see it other than yourself.
Yeah.
So anyway, this was the piece that I got. Oh, if you can see that well.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
It's very thick paper.
Yes.
Very nice. Yeah, that will get framed and go up.
Sweet.
But yeah, I didn't know until I opened it that it was vice press.
Nice.
A random link. A random link.
Slipknot fan mentioned they'd like a proper faithful sequel to the original 1990 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. The sequels were nothing like the original. The sequels went absolutely nuts.
I don't think I ever watched anything other than the original, you know. I don't
But
sequels.
Glenn, you need to listen.
Coming on back.
Jeremy says, so apparently they make a trance's lunchbox. No thermos, so it's called a tin tote now. Should I buy it? It's not a biscuit. It's not a biscuit tin. It's a sandwich tin.
Yeah, it's a sandwich tin instead. No, it's a tin tote. Obviously, a tin tote. I think you should buy it.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line. Because it will give us other reasons to mock you. Do it.
Wallace Stodd says, I'll try for you for the Nosferatu box. My aunt runs a theatre here in New York.
Wally, you beautiful person.
And Jeremy's also going to keep an eye out. Would but Nosferatu. Nosferatu isn't even playing by me. From what I've seen.
How dare they? I say I don't think it's out till I feel like it's Christmas Day it opens. So a little bit in advance. I've just seen pictures of it and it just blew my mind.
Yes. Wally likes your awesome poster. Nicholas says, yeah, he loves it too.
Thanks.
Big J, my wife has ordered me 2 Blu-rays for Christmas, True Lies and Aliens, the new remasters. They're on offer on Amazon. Not sure if the offer is still on though. Ordered yesterday. Yeah. I think it is. I think they're matching HMV. And HMV has the 20% off that takes it down to that $15.99. And I think Amazon are trying to match a lot of them. You might not see it in the initial prices on Amazon, but if you go onto it, there's normally a little tick box that says voucher for so much money off, which is
available or whatever. Yeah,
they don't want to say 20% off, but the coupon is always there to take that 20% off. Not always, on certain slight titles.
Yeah, HMV, unfortunately, their offer ended today, so that will have ended now.
AJ, do they do special popcorn buckets anywhere in the UK?
Yeah, they do, but they're not anything like. They are more so an actual bucket as you would imagine it, just with a bit of artwork on it. There's no different shapes or anything like that. In the States, you guys got actually the only one we did get that was slightly different to that was for Alien Romulus. It was still just a normal black bucket, but then it had a face hugger kind of in 3D that was grabbing on the top of it. But most of the time, we don't get all of these. I mean, in the States, I think every different cinema chain had a different one for Beetlejuice too. There was one with a sandworm that was spiraling all the way around it and stuff like that. We didn't get anything like that at all. Yeah,
I remember that. Back to the topic of when the collecting goes into other formats. We've talked about CDs before. Do you still buy a lot of CD soundtracks for things?
I do. The last one I got was A Life Less Ordinary.
Did you go through a phase of ordering a couple when we spoke about the CD soundtracks?
Well, when we did the CD soundtrack live and we were talking about that and presenting various different ones, so I just adjust my light again. Yeah, I had a bit of a splurge that week and ended up ordering about 10 different ones. I think I fessed up. I did show them on the next live.
Yeah, you did it rightly.
Yeah, but I do listen to them. Every time I'm in here, I tend to stick music on of some kind.
Yeah.
So they do get actually listened to. But we used to love a new film coming out. If it was like Scream franchise or I Know What You Did Last Summer or something like that, or one of the teeny kind of films.
I was going to say it was all the teen movies that had the cracking soundtracks back in the day.
Yeah. And just don't do them anymore at all, do they?
No, there's the odd few other films that did have a good soundtrack, but yeah, it's mainly the teen movies. I think and teens and Tarantino, all the T's.
All the T's. Yeah.
And I mean, the other thing that I've not done as much recently, but I have. Sorry. It's not just only the games that sort of overflows or CDs, it's the collectibles as well. You can see some of the nonsense there that have been donated, picked up, or given to me that I just accumulate everywhere. And
did I give you that Jason Voorhees?
You did, yes.
I did, didn't I? Yeah.
Yeah, and I've got Funko Pops. I've got Legos. I've got the Weta mini epics and things like that. And they're starting to, some of them are starting to, because I've been trying to organise the shelf, feel like they're cluttering the place up a little bit. I don't know if it's just me, but you've been pouring down your collection of your bobbles you mentioned. Is there any other things that you've collected that you've started to par down because you've realised that they're perhaps taken over for the when the fandom moves on from the film and goes to the other collectibles?
I've kept a lot of my making of the movie books because they're things that I will go back to. Yeah. And I don't mind them. I used to love collecting those. I do go for, as we've said, the movie tie-in books. The other things that I've recently got are the Nightmare on Elm Street ones, which I did have when I was younger, and God knows what happened to them. So I ended up actually rebuying them. But yeah, like the Royal Bobbles, like I said to you, I cut them right down. There's still far too many up there.
Yeah.
But that's why I designed that shelf all the way up there. So when I actually walk in, they're not on the sides and things like that. They're not cluttering the place. They're up there, they're visible, but they're out of my way a little bit. Funko Pops, I think I've got 4 left now.
Yeah.
I said to you, I had that Stephen King collection. I had all 7 of the Stephen King ones. I recently sold them because Funko Pops are plastic crap. They really are. They're awful. When you look at them, they're just they don't look specifically like who they're supposed to be. They're just a representation of, whether that's like the clothing or whatever. But as film fans, like we said, we like things that are connected to the movies that we love. And Funko Pops are very good at releasing things that you can't really get merchandise for.
No,
but then you get a random kind of, you know, they've recently done like the Casino, you know, Robert De Niro and Sharon Stone and all that kind of stuff. What other merchandise can you get to do with Casino?
Yeah.
You can't. And as a film fan and as a collector, when something like that comes out, you go, oh my God, they've got something Casino based. And that is the swaying point. But we don't need them. We don't need them.
No. I'm just looking at the bits and bobs that are on my shelf as well, like the Star Wars bits of Lego and Star Wars characters and figures and things like that I've pried out of my son's cold hands when he's asleep. I just
well for you, but Daddy's going to claim it.
Yeah, exactly. Just scooping back to the comments, Shandy, as you mentioned about vouchers on Amazon, there's currently £9 one off Falcon and the Winter Soldier 4K, making it £36, which I had to grab. So I was just thinking Falcon. I was thinking Captain America, but it's the TV show, isn't it? So yeah, them steelbooks are silly expensive. Yeah, that'll be 20% off. So I bet it's on all the pre-orders for the Star Wars one. If with HMV, if Amazon are offering it as well.
I'll be intrigued to see if they ever do actually release all of because all of the Disney Plus titles are all biscuit tins, aren't they?
Yeah. Which is a shame.
A standard release, and I'm wondering if they will just kind of release them all as standard releases rather than. I don't get why they're pushing the biscuit tin angle with them at all.
Speaking of biscuit tins, Jeremy's just sent me a message with the Trans's lunchbox.
That's quite nice. Did I send you the video of Dave Bautista?
Yes, you did.
He's going around his house, and he collects all those lunch boxes, or the tin totes, if you want to call them. But he's collected them back from like 50s TV shows kind of onwards.
Yeah.
But he's got a massive collection. He's got an actual room just full of shelves of all of these lunch boxes and stuff. So we all collect something.
Yes. Jeremy's just mentioned, I wish 4Ks came with the soundtracks instead of the Blu Ray copy.
Yeah.
I wish there's the option to have a set like that more than there actually is. I know that we get the limited editions usually just with the booklets and art cards, but it's been nice to have the CD soundtrack option. There's only been a few now. I think probably a couple of John Carpenter ones had the CD soundtrack. The Guest had one, but there's not been a lot of others. I assume it's to do with licensing a lot.
Yeah, I would think so.
Yeah. But yeah, it would be nice to have that option. If the CD soundtrack's out there, then why can't they package it together? The Mighty Goose, morning from New Zealand. Interesting topic.
Morning.
And a very dangerous one on the wallet as well.
It is.
What's the Mighty Goose? What's the sales been like over there for this time of year in New Zealand or even Australia? If you know, because I know England now has gone mad for the Black Friday branding, but does that feed into Australia as well? Do you guys have a similar sort of sales? And Glenn, do you know? Have you noticed any? Because I've not seen any baby hi-fi offers or anything like that.
No, I've not seen anything crop up. I've been amazed this year, to be honest, how many shops have got involved in this whole Black Friday thing.
Yeah.
Because, to be honest, the UK don't really buy into it all that much. But I've been amazed by how many big companies and smaller companies like advertising on Facebook and things have gone Black Friday madness. And actually you look and it's not all that mad. It's quite sane.
Yeah, it's not like it. I looked through the US Amazon site because in the past I've seen on Amazon or the US stores selling Blu-rays for like $5 and things like that. I've noticed nothing like that this year. No crazy $5-6 prices on newer titles. It's just been quite tame.
Well, I say HMV did that start on Friday, where it was in store?
Not sure when it started.
Yeah, I mean, it said on the poster, it said Black Friday madness, all 4K and Blu-ray 20% off. But then as you went round, there were certain titles that had excluded from the offer, from the offer. So it wasn't quite all titles, but yeah, there was a few bargains to be had.
Yeah. Well, it started. Have to have a good balance of display pieces and your films. Can take away from the aesthetic look if there are a bunch of Funko Pops everywhere, a couple of nice showpieces in a great theatre room. Yeah. And that's what we've been talking a lot about this with our collecting of the plastic crap, that the Funkos we've now eventually come to the decision that instead of having 10 Funkos, you could have a nice display piece and have a real quality, more unique looking piece of art rather than the plastic crap.
Yeah. I mean, I've got so much stuff on eBay still and so much still to go. And what you can't see out of shot is I've got piles of stuff either side of me.
Yeah.
Randomly, I found, now I picked this up in San Diego Comic-Con. It was just handed to me as I was walking past the stall. And I'd completely forgot about it. And I don't know if there's any fans out there, but Hercules, The Legendary Journeys. And it's well, that's probably a bit loud in the microphone. I do apologise. But it's a CD wallet. But not only is it a CD wallet,
but
so it opens Outlook and it's official product. They've got all like a CD holder thing and it's an actual bag. You get a really sexy shoulder strap for it.
I thought you were going to say
around wearing it.
I thought you were going to say that in the DVD wallets, there's like a DVD with the pilot episode or something like that.
Oh no, that'd have been quite good. But yeah, I was searching through some boxes. Oh, it's even got a belt loop, just in case you want to look really cool, and you can wear it as a satchel. So
I bet that's actually quite collectible now. You know,
I don't know. I've no idea. It will be flying onto eBay because I never watched Hercules and was never really bothered about it. My dad was a fan. My dad liked all sword and sorcery kind of stuff, but
I'll put money on. No, I'll not put money on it, but
no. Well, you're bidding on it. Oh, okay. Yeah, fine. Yeah, go for it. Yeah.
I bet there's collectors out there that pay a pretty penny for something like that. I bet it's quite sought after now.
We shall see.
Who knows?
But yeah, merch like that. I mean, that was freebie merch, but I've still got some figures, which are I've got an Art the Clown figure. I've got a glow-in-the-dark Mars Attacks figure, which I do particularly like. And then my other one's a Tarantino, where he's appeared in films. Yeah. His films, obviously. Still got some posters, but most of it, like I said, I had all those Stephen King Funko Pops. I've got rid of them. Do I miss them? No. Am I still a Stephen King fan? Yes. I didn't need Funko Pops to prove it, so I'm glad they've gone.
AJ, I think we all go through collection phases. Funko Pops are the gateway. I think they are to some extent.
The gateway drug, yeah.
Yeah. Kevin Lloyd collected all the Tarantino movie soundtracks on CD. I had to complete the collection. Django came in a cardboard sleeve while the rest came in standard cases.
It was a little bit frustrating, I know.
OCD.
I'm just going to wander over there momentarily, so keep chatting.
Yeah.
I'm just going to grab a couple of different bits.
Okay, I'll read out the next comment. Nicholas Dickens. I'm not knocking anyone who likes Funko, but I just do not see the interest in them. I believe that even destroyed tens of thousands of dollars worth of stock they couldn't even shift a year or so ago. I'll tell you what, Nicholas, I was in the Entertainer toy shop in the UK the other day. I was buying something for my kids for Christmas, and they had a massive... not this time. They had a massive bunch. There's like a whole shelving stack full of Funko Pops that were literally reduced to clear at like £4 or £5 each or something like that. They were desperate to get rid of them, and yeah, if they're not selling, then they're just left with crap stock.
I started seeing Funko Pops in charity shops. That says it all, I think.
Big J says all Funkos are caricatures of characters, which is true, and not great models. Nicholas Dickens, I love my Hot Toys Darth Vader in my collection. It looks awesome. Wish I'd got a few of them rather than anything like Hasbro's stuff. Yeah, I think that's the important thing. You've seen people with walls and walls of Funko Pops, and I often think that how many Funko Pops they've got, they could have got 2 or 3 real nice Hot Toys pieces for all that other plastic crap. And I know what look I would prefer. I don't want walls of Funko Pops in boxes. It's the boxes that sit everywhere that really drive me mad. Well, it's hard. One thing we'll all probably collect is debt. I think I covered some of that in one of my other videos, because I've mentioned the video that Sue and Movies did, because she has collected a mighty sum of debt from physical media collecting.
Yeah, that seems to kind of, unfortunately, put her on the map. So I don't know whether it will benefit her now to kind of clear that debt or actually keep the debt. That's the problem.
So that's it. She's doing quite frequent updates on the debt. So yeah, but yeah, I did a video about debt and how to handle it, how to some solutions and help on one of my videos, and yeah, I think there's a lot of us that probably have suffered in the same way. Sorry, Blaine, what are you searching?
It's all right. I simply wandered over there. So yeah, all the Tarantino CDs, and yes, Django in a cardboard one, which is a little upsetting. 2 different Pulp Fictions ones, because one was a special edition thing. I feel like there was a Tarantino interview on it or something, which was so I don't think it was different tracks, or maybe you got a second. Oh, you got bonus tracks.
Yeah,
you did.
Yeah,
you got bonus tracks and an interview with Tarantino on there.
That's what the reason then. So meows a lot. In my experience, about 95% of any movie or TV memorabilia I have were gifts from friends or family. People see you collect a film or TV show and they buy you the memorabilia for holiday gifts. I've seen loads of that. I've seen. I went to this store in Liverpool when I went to the weekend with the kids, and that was literally a store that was dedicated to certain franchises. There was like a whole floor dedicated to Harry Potter, and then another one that had Wednesday, One Piece, and Stranger Things and things like that. And they had whole sections that were like anything that you could imagine. Not only the T-shirts, but they'd like pencil cases, keyrings, mugs, hats. What else? Other stuff as well. All nonsense, really.
Most people that ever bought for me for Christmas and things, they kind of gave up. They didn't really know what to buy for me because they never knew, because I bought so much.
Yeah,
chances were they were going to buy something that was a duplicate.
This is the thing that I've struggled with. I know I've briefly mentioned it in a couple of my other videos, that when friends are buying me for Christmas, they very often have to ask. My wife does it as well. They ask for a wish list because they really don't know what I've got, what I'm going to buy, or what I would like, and it's difficult for them. So they just tend to, if they haven't got a wish list from me, they just tend not to bother with anything movie related because they think he's going to have got it anyway. So I end up with nothing movie related because they don't know what the crap to buy me.
And you always need socks, so
I always need
it's
socks.
a safe bet. I have bought things for you for Christmas. I have them next to me now, in fact, and I can almost guarantee you won't have any of it because I've gone very obscure film-related things. I know, yeah, I know. I think they're safe bets. So they're only little bits, but
so I've gone a little bit unsafe for you, but
unsafe.
Yeah, I've got reasons to do it, but yeah,
well, as a live grenade, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's
not exactly live. The pin's in it, so yeah, it's not live.
So I can choose to take it out then.
Yeah. It's your choice.
That's good. Yeah, these are my. I went and grabbed these as well because these are, I flashed that one of X, but other movie tie-in things. So got the Omen 2, and the Final Conflict, all in novelization. I've then got.
It's all Pulp Fiction.
Yeah. Freddy Krueger spin-off thing, and then there's The Nightmares on Elm Street, and then there's that one, and then there's that one, and then there's old ones that I've still got that I had from when I was a lot younger, like 7, and then there's Dracula, and then there's Twilight Zone the movie tie-in novelization, and the kiss of death with those is they're all really cheap to pick up.
Yeah.
Go on eBay and you think, I'll just see if there's any movie tie-in books on the go. And before you know it, there they are for like £3 each or something.
That is the rabbit hole, isn't it? When you're sort of searching for something in particular and think, oh, there's that as well. That'd be interesting to look at and see if it's in the collection.
And it's only £3. Yeah. But I've said to you, I really want to buy one of those retail kind of book displays. There's the black wire mesh thing where you can have all the books kind of on it and you can rotate it round. And I'd like something like that for all of these.
Yeah.
So they feel like they're on display, but it's practical. And I read a lot of books. So I'd rather have that than, like I say, a Funko Pop, which is just hideous.
4K and Blu Ray prices have jumped up here, even doubled, and Disney titles are very hard to source.
Wow.
New Zealand, Australia. I assume some of the Disney issues is to do with them stopping releasing over there. So
why did they choose to do that? Was the market just not there for them in the first place?
Never given any reason. I think the market was there. I just think they wanted to push people towards something that they can have more control over. So like the digital purchases and
subscribing to Disney Plus, that kind of thing.
Exactly. Nicholas Dickens, I'd rather have one really good piece, one nice steak dinner out than a dozen Big Macs. Yes. In relation to Hercules, Wallace Starr says he's more of a Xena guy.
The warrior princess herself.
Yes. Shandy, I don't know if you want to post this anyway, Glenn, or shout it out or anything. Even you can use Glenn.
I'm just on there as Hashbrown76 is my eBay.
Fair. There we go. There we go. Sorry, I'm just skipping through the comments. I've not read this yet. I don't know if it is. A lot of Trump fans might like the Hercules pack. Kevin Sorbo's gone full on scary.
Scary MAGA now. Yeah.
When it comes to collecting, I feel companies just don't get likeness just right. So if I buy, I only grab non-human characters, monster, alien, animated characters.
Yeah, you see, when we, I'm going to sound like a right old fart now, but when we were younger, toys, when you think about the original Star Wars toys that came out and things, there was no real, I would say no real attempt at likeness, but I don't think the technology was there so much. Today we we scan actors and things like that, so we've kind of got more of a likeness. Nice one, Jeremy. But I said to you, I was in a toy shop recently, and I sent you a couple of pictures of. I think maybe they were Doom figures or something, and the likenesses are so good now.
Yeah.
For something so small, they're really accurate in the way they look.
Slipknot fan, do you guys ever, or did you guys ever collect trading cards?
Trading cards. The only trading cards I think off the top of my head I ever had. I did collect the Crow ones because I sold them quite recently. But when I was at school, it was just like Garbage Pail Kids and things like that. Sticker books. We always had sticker books. I remember collecting the Masters of the Universe ones when that came out.
Yeah. I think I used to be sticker books as well. I never really got into the trading card side of things. But I don't think I ever saw trading cards knocking about as such. There was nothing that I remember apart from sort of like top trumps and things like that. But they're not trading cards really. But
I feel like they kind of really kicked into gear here. Maybe when we were late teens, early 20s, trading cards. That was certainly when they started appearing at the conventions more so and things like that.
Yeah.
So I think I'd probably gone past that kind of aspect of collecting.
Yeah. Nicholas Dickens, back to the debt and Sue and movies. Really in awe of Sue's honesty. She's a lovely collector. My hat off to her for being very honest. Yeah. Pop culture with Sue. Some studios send her movies so she can still get a movie's fix without keep going into debt. Yeah, I think she has been honest in the video, and I think that's what her recent success has been, because she has been very open, very honest, and yeah, a lot of people can perhaps relate to her as well with her honesty. It gives that relatability for a lot of collectors, and like I say, I've been through it with the debt before, and
my concern for her is I would like that, because she's been so honest about having this debt, that it actually helps her to take hold of the debt and do something about it, and not slip into, like I say, completely by accident. But it's kind of, her channel has had such a boost because she's been so honest about having this debt, that she doesn't think that having that debt is why she's getting so many views, and then doesn't want to kind of do anything about it, because that's just going to hang around her neck for a long period of time. And I think the best thing she can do is, it was almost kind of a reaching out for help a little bit, wasn't it? So let's hope there's help for her and she can do something about removing it, really.
Yeah, fair. AJ Pink says, finally watched Terrifier. Great recommendation, Glenn.
Ah, good. I'm glad you enjoyed, AJ.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
John Robinson, with the collecting cards subject, it used to be bubblegum cards when I was a kid. Remember collecting Star Wars ones?
I don't remember them at all. I only remember the only bubblegum ones.
Excuse me, sorry. Wrong button.
I like the way you zoomed in for it.
I meant to hit mute and then hit zoom in.
Yeah, I'm going to cough. Come and have a closer look. Was Hubba Bubba, where you just used to get, was it Hubba Bubba? Is that what they were called? Or Bazooka, wasn't it? Where you got like a little tattoo. And you used to like lick your arm and then stick them on, type of thing. They were the only ones I remember. I don't remember the Star Wars ones.
No, I don't remember those. Well, it started, I used to collect Garbage Pail Kids cards and some Pokemon in the 90s. In fact, I had some Garbage Pail Kids ones because they had the stickers, and I put them all down the side of my desk unit thing that I had when I was a kid.
You're so cool. You've always been so cool. You just can't help yourself, can you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
AJ, do you think most people collect something? Stamps, figures, films, games, etc.? Yeah, I think it's natural to collect or like something. I think it's just a matter of some of us go a lot further than others.
Yeah, I suppose, it's like if you enjoy cooking, you probably collect a lot of cookbooks and things like that. You know, it depends what you're into as to what you end up collecting, obviously, but which is really stupid of me to say. But there we
go. My dad always used to collect his vinyl singles, and then it was like he'd have a collection of football programs from when he went to see a football match and things like that. There was a lot of that lying around the house for a long time. When I say lying around the house, stored up in the attic for a long, long time.
Yeah,
I didn't very often see it. It wasn't easy to come across, but yeah, he had collections of all sorts, be it vinyl singles, his CDs, his photographs, books. He collected a lot of different things, to be honest, when I sit and think about it. So perhaps that's
where it comes from, where it stems from. Your addiction.
Exactly. Last Days on Earth says, I've still got one of those Star Wars bubblegum cards.
Hey.
There we go.
I don't remember them at all.
Stoney is with us as well. Good evening, Stoney. Where are we? One starred. Humans are physical being. That's why we long for physical possessions that embody our persona.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But that is almost kind of why I stopped. Well, I say stop collecting. I do still collect films, but I focus it more on the actual films, rather than I like this film. You know, when I was a kid, I liked a film, therefore I bought the book that was connected to it, the poster that was connected to it, key rings, whatever was out. I bought lots of things, and none of it really means anything.
No,
it is just our way of showing our love for something, but at the end of the day, it's about the film.
Yeah,
that needs to be the bottom line.
That's it. I need to draw the line. Start watching my videos again, because my collecting addictions sort of come back. It's not quite as bad as it used to be, but it has come back to some extent, and I need to draw back and realize I need to draw that line again. I need to shake myself, think about what I'm doing, and I don't need to visit the Criterion sale 4 times within a month.
I don't watch your videos.
Huh?
I don't watch your videos.
No,
There's
no.
stuff on telly at the minute. I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here. That's on for another week. That takes up all of our evenings. I just don't get time.
I mean, speaking about TV and stuff, with this thing about our love of certain movies overflowing and creating collections in other areas beyond having the film, it sometimes works in the other way as well. It can work back to front. So you're a fan of comic books, and then suddenly you get in the movie because you love the franchise. So the big Batman thing, Batman comic reader, then suddenly you get in the Batman movies and Batman games and things like that. But it's worked a lot for TV as well. A lot of my favorite computer games, they went over onto TV. So it went the other way for me on these. I loved the Last of Us game. That went back to TV. I loved the Halo game. That's gone to TV. Never played the Fallout game, but that's on TV now as well. And that sort of fandom, I don't think it's necessarily collecting. I think it's the fandom. And they get you in a bubble. So you're a fan of that thing, and you've got to consume everything about that thing. And I feel like the sort of being led into being a consumer of everything relating to that IP. I don't know if you think the same.
No, I agree.
You're in that bubble. It's not just books, it's the CD soundtracks, it's the Funko Pops, it's the games, it's the TV shows, it's everything. You're in a bubble of that IP.
No, what popped in my head was, I kind of went deep into thought. When you put them posters up, that was all. I was thinking about Game of Thrones. And I just wondered whether, I know there's diehard Game of Thrones people out there, as in the books, but I wonder if I'd like to see sales of like Game of Thrones books, whether they kind of really escalated when the TV show began, and whether there was more, you know, not everybody's a book reader ultimately, but people will sit down and just be entertained by a TV show or a movie. And I wonder if the popularity of Game of Thrones is bigger because of the TV show than it ever was actually in book form.
Yeah.
I know. That was just huge, and I wonder if not that many people. Well, not that many people. I know a lot of people. Like I say, everybody seemed to kind of love Game of Thrones, hence why it was a TV show. But yeah, you know what I'm saying. I'm boring myself. Yeah.
Yeah. If it did it affect the popularity in any way? Was the Game of Thrones book popular as a book before the TV show came out?
Well, there have been people that had never heard of it before, and then when it came as a TV show, they fell in love with it, and then went back and went, "Oh, there was books."
Yeah, and then the franchise is born. Jeremy, I know Glenn hates this. Jeremy, how do you guys feel about tattoos that are film and TV related?
I have film related. Well, have I got film related tattoos? I've got one film related tattoo, and the rest of mine are literature kind of based. I do have a horror popcorn tub where some of my popcorn in top of there are little skulls in amongst the popcorn. But then the rest of mine, I've got a Stephen King tattoo. I've got an Edgar Allan Poe tattoo. I've not actually, not direct film wise. No. I wanted something that represented my love for horror films, but I didn't want to go as obvious as kind of like Jason's mask or Freddy's glove or something like that. So in the 50s and the 60s, there was a commercial in US theaters where it was a dancing, I think it was a dancing hot dog, a popcorn tub, and a soft drink. And it was that all, let's all go to the lobby, that thing. But he's like a horror version of the popcorn one, and he's carrying an axe. Nice. And for me, that summed up my love of horror movies.
I'm good with them anyway. Anyone that is that big of a fan of something that they put something on the body, then that's fine. It's their choice, it's their love, it's their passion. So yeah, go for it. I've got no problem with people doing that at all. I probably would have something on me somewhere if I wasn't so lazy, because I don't want
of needles.
I don't want to get any more tattoos because I know it adds a lengthy process. If I get a filming job and it's showing and it needs covering, I know it's going to add extra half hour, 2 hours to the day to cover tattoos up. So I just didn't want to get any more and go through that process.
I am having more, and myself and my tattooist, who's a friend, we've already spoken about it, and I think I might be having something Mars Attacks related, but I'm not 100% because I have designed something that's The Shining related as well. So it will be one or the other. So it will be another film related one.
John Robinson, the cards, Star Wars bubblegum cards came out in '78, so I don't know how old both of you were then.
Oh, I wasn't born, John.
I'd have been 1.
Wow.
What about props and replicas? My reason that I don't buy props or replicas is because I just don't have the right showcase for them. Or the right space to display them. I think it's all well and good having the props and replicas knocking about, but I think you've got to respect them and display them in the right way. It seems to be a waste getting a prop or a replica and boxing it, keeping it out of the way. It's got to be displayed. It's got to look good.
Well, without sounding like I'm pimping my eBay even more, the only thing I bought that's kind of a replica or anything like that is I bought one of the Darth Vader lightsabers. I can't remember the company.
Up and down, up and down.
Well, it's because I'm still sorting stuff out. That's all.
Jesus, how big is that thing?
Well, it's a proper full-on lightsaber. It's not just the hilt. It's one of those that actually lights up and makes all the noises and all that kind of stuff. Master Replicas came direct from there in Edison in New Jersey. It came from there. So I've got to sort that out, and that's another thing that's going on eBay. Because it's just... I bought one, a friend of mine bought the Luke Skywalker one. We kind of fought very briefly. It's got a very nice stand for it and things like that, but what am I going to do with that, really? So that's where, but where? So that's going to go as well. So, but no, other than that, I've not really... I have to say, the... what's the big company that always gets all the really big stuff down in London? They used to be at the Birmingham conventions as well. It was some replica place, and they always had like stormtrooper outfits and various different bits.
Oh, Prop Store, is it?
Prop store, yeah.
Yeah.
You'd see stuff on Prop Store, and you think, "Oh my god, that'd be amazing."
Yeah.
And actually, I think you get it, and it'd just kind of go on a wall, and that'd be it. And I don't know how much you'd actually get from it, really.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Last Days on Earth. Every time I go to a gig, I leave with a T-shirt. Not enough days left in my life to wear them all.
Well, Lynn will tell you how many T-shirts I own, because I don't iron and she does.
You
and hates me for it.
I've got a few concert T-shirts. Some of them don't fit anymore, and I still refuse to get rid of them. You ever considered like framing them or mounting them somehow? I'm a really big fan of this band.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to mount it. Yeah, not on a Sunday evening. No. No, I've not got many. I mean, I'm wearing a Rolling Stones T-shirt now, but that's not a gig T-shirt. It's just because I like the Rolling Stones. No, I've never really fancied T-shirts on the wall and things.
No.
The only people I know that have got T-shirts on the wall are football fans.
Yeah.
Where they've had a football shirt signed by various players and things like that, and that kind of goes on the wall. But no, never gig T-shirts.
No, it just occurred to me randomly. All the gig T-shirts tend to look a bit faded and crap anyway over time, because you wear them every now and again.
Yeah, they're good memories though, aren't they? But you know, you don't need a T-shirt to remember what a great time you had. I don't think.
That's it.
Even if you're mounting it.
With us from down south, Australia. Good morning, everyone. I'm catching some of the stream live at least.
Jeez,
some of the stream live at least.
Having to look at these faces that early in the morning.
Yeah, apologies.
Yeah.
Have you picked up anything this week?
I picked up Terminator on 4K. What else did I pick up?
A 4K player.
New 4K player, yeah. What have I picked up? I ordered Hush. You know about that?
Yeah.
The Mike Flanagan, Kate Siegel movie. You ordered it as well, didn't you?
Yes, mine should be arriving in New Hampshire tomorrow.
Right. Okay. So you've drop shipped it, have you?
Will be doing, yeah. I've got something else with it, so yeah.
Yeah, I've not had a dispatch notice. That was all. That what occurred to me. What else did I buy? For the first time ever in HMV, you know, when you go to the counter and you buy something, they've always got a little display of things that are like half price or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, I think you picked up X and Pearl, didn't you?
Yeah,
they were part of that.
Yeah, it was X and Pearl. Yeah.
So for the first time ever, I went, you know what? I'll have that, and I picked up Gladiator 4K. That was $9.99 on there, and I got the 20% off that as well.
Oh, good.
Randomly, yeah. What else I picked up? Go on.
Did you pick something else up?
I'm trying to think what I picked up. I did pick something else up, and I can't think what it was.
I was just going to say that it's offers like this. With last year or so, pulling back from pre-ordering too much or being careful what I've been ordering, it does make them visits to HMV all the better when you find something on the counter that's specially reduced price and you've not already picked it up. It makes me happier about shopping when I can go and find something that I know I wanted on offer because I've not picked it up straight away. I've had that patience in the past. Yeah. Like we've said before, we used to kind of plot out. We'd have pre-orders. We'd know exactly what was coming out, what day, and you could go down a list and, December the 6th, this is coming out. And I've got that on pre-order. That's coming from, HMV, Zavvi, Amazon, where at play.com, the good old days, play.com. Last Days on Earth, I've got teenage kids who wear a lot of my 90s shirts. I feel pretty proud of them wearing my old Prince t-shirts that no longer fit.
But they're out there going, hey, yeah, look at this old vintage shirt.
But then generally...
It's not vintage, it's just cool.
You get that thing like, oh, have you even listened to any of their songs with your Prince t-shirt on?
Yeah.
Or Nirvana. Name one of the songs if you're a fan. Jeremy Carr, someone I know used to know, took old band shirts that were worn and sewed them together to make coverings for stuff in his workshop.
Ah, okay.
Quite good. We took when our kids were babies, the baby clothes that they had, we took them to someone and got them made into a blanket. So the blanket's at home and they can use it whenever, and it's got their old memories in a blanket form. And I think we're also having a teddy bear made of someone else's father-in-law that passed away, his old clothes, and making him into a memory bear. So they'll pick bits and bobs from each thing and make it into a teddy bear.
We have that with my mother-in-law that passed away. Yeah. This is not really staying on topic.
No,
is what I'm thinking at this point.
Let's stay in a minute. What do you think about the new Arrow releases? Looks like the prices of the 4K is not good.
Oh, this month's ones. This month is just all re-releases of things they've already released, but they've upgraded them to 4K, isn't it? Well, the majority were.
I've not looked at the prices because for me the titles were not very good for me. Yeah, they're not my sort of titles, so not the things I want to pick them up. So I've not looked at the prices, so I don't know if they have adjusted them. I might have to go and have a look, investigate it.
I'm going to have a look. Yes, I'm doing it. I'm doing it. Calm down, man. Take a breath.
Yeah, I've not noticed the prices on that, but the Arrow releases that they've announced this week, I'm not impressed with. After last month's mammoth amount that I wanted, this month, it's been just disappointment of re-releases and nonsense for me. So I've just not. They've gone off the boil again for me.
God, cookie pop-ups. Are you okay with these cookies? Yes, for God's sake. Move on. Where do I find pre-orders on here? I should have just gone thingy. There we go. I can't remember what there was. There was Life Force, wasn't there? That was one of them.
Yeah, Life Force. Alice, Sweet Alice, was it?
That was a US only release, I think, because Alice, Sweet Alice over here was part of the 88 film slasher collection.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
Why have they not put them first? Oh my God, I've just gone on Twitter.
It was there was Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2.
Yes,
there was Life Force.
Yeah.
Last Stop to Yuma Country. A Certain Killer. Alice, Sweet Alice, and Cruising. That was the other one.
Cruising was the other one. UK-wise, yeah. I think the only new titles were that Last Stop to Yuma County and A Certain Killer, A Killer's Key. They were the only new UK releases. Texas Chainsaw we've had before, 2. Like I say, Life Force and Cruising. When you compare it to last month, when we went absolutely balmy.
Well, I ordered 3. You ordered 4.
4. Yeah. Usual Suspects, The Gift, Inglourious Bastards, and The Cell.
That's right. That's right. I just didn't get The Cell. So me as a lot. I watched Prometheus 4K yesterday. I was like, Phil's in the room with us for a moment or two.
For a brief moment or two, a hologram of Phil was in the room with you.
1981 AMM. I just watched Godzilla -1. Wow, what a film. Have either of you seen it? Yes, I have.
Yes, we have both seen it.
I really
you liked it more than I liked it.
Yeah. Yes. I really enjoyed the twist and the different take
on it. Yeah. I liked the Godzilla bits very much. I found I really didn't care about the people, and it wasn't because I know that's what they were trying for, you know, with him becoming like the husband and the father that wasn't the husband or the father type of thing to the woman and the child and all that kind of stuff. And I know that was supposed to kind of make you feel emotional about it all, but I just don't think they were good enough actors to kind of pull it off, really, for me to actually give them monkeys, to the point where I was just like, bring on Godzilla, please. Let him come in. Just bring him in. Let him wreck a few buildings. I need a break from this storyline.
I've still not seen Godzilla X Kong, the New Empire. Still not watched that. I do intend to get to it very soon. I need to remember about that one. Back to the Mad Dog has commented twice, so I ought to put this up, really.
Go on then.
King Charles, the man formerly known as Prince. Go back to the band t-shirts.
Yep.
Oh, sorry, I was late. It didn't carry the same because I was late putting that up. Apologies, Mad Dog. He also asked, have you seen Yuma Country? Any good? I haven't seen it. Have you seen it, Glenn?
Well, that's Yuma County Is that?
Yes. Sorry, that's right.
Is that the one that we were just talking about on Arrow?
Yeah, the Arrow release. Yeah.
No, is the bottom line though. Sorry.
Fair.
Yeah.
Just skipping back to Jeremy. For Beyond the Movie, is meeting celebs and getting things autographed considered going beyond the movie for a collection?
I mean, that's probably not specifically based on going crazy for an actual movie, isn't it? You know, if you're getting an actor's kind of thing, it's because you like that actor and they've done various different things. So I think you're okay, Jeremy.
That's fair. Yeah, I think you're safe. I think you're safe.
I think you're okay.
Arthur Goose, what's your favourite New Zealand movie? Lord of the Rings doesn't count.
Bad taste.
You stole. You stole from me. I was going to say exactly the same, to be fair.
Yeah, I love Bad Taste. Bad Taste is amazing.
No, I wasn't going to. Not going to do Bad Taste. I was going to do Brain Dead.
Oh, okay.
Or, sorry, Dead Alive. Depends where you're from. I don't. Yeah. What's it called in New Zealand? Is it called Brain Dead over there, or is it Dead Alive over there?
Because we were obviously Brain Dead over here. I mean, we still are Brain Dead.
Brain Dead over here, Dead Alive in the US.
Mm.
I don't know what it was above. Beyond
I
that.
feel like it was Brain Dead in New Zealand, but this is where I get shot down by the mighty goose.
Yes. Shandy, Godzilla X Kong, last movie I saw in the cinema. Don't go very often because other people and times are difficult to work around. Do either of you visit the cinema much? Not as much as.
No, and we should because we both have. Just skipping to Mighty Goose. Yes, it was Brain Dead in New Zealand. So it was just purely changed for the American market. We both have Limitless cards, don't we? For Odeon Cinemas, so we can go
weekly
whenever we want, as many times as we want, and neither of us take advantage of it.
No, I was going to go the week just gone. I was intending to go and see Gladiator 2, but I wasn't very well. I had bad throat and not been very well, so I didn't bother booking.
Big girls.
We've just slipped, and at the minute there seems a bit of a drought on films that I'm semi-interested in seeing.
I've just kind of I booked twice to go and see Smile 2, and I ended up with I can't remember what the first one was, but the second one they sent me through a hospital appointment, and it completely clashed with when I was supposed to be. So I ended up cancelling it twice. I'd have happily seen that. I'd have happily seen Heretic with Hugh Grant. And just didn't get to either. So I'm not sure what the next one will be for me. It probably won't be till Christmas, and that'll be Nosferatu, I would think. Not sure what is out previous to that.
I might be going to see Moana 2 or Sonic pre-Christmas. Or Sonic 3, should I say.
Yeah. What are the wife and kids doing while you're doing that?
Not sure. Not sure, to be honest.
No.
We'll see. No, I was looking at booking because it's Christmas Eve showing, so I don't want to get frozen out of screen times.
I was down at the coffee shop that's linked to our cinema the other day, and the place was absolutely rammed, and they're going mad for Wicked.
Yeah.
Crazy popular, and doesn't interest me in the slightest.
Shandy, is the Odeon Limitless card worth the money versus movie watching? I think
realistically, if you, I mean, we both got it on an offer, didn't we? Yeah. It was through Amazon. If you paid a year in advance, it was something like 130, 127, 130 something.
135 a year. And I think the offer's on at the minute for Black Friday.
Right, okay. So yeah, realistically, you've only got to kind of go 2 movies in a month, and it's paid for itself in that respect.
Yeah. I don't think even 2 movies a month with the cost of that Odeon Lux.
Yeah, well, a lot of the daytime showings now through the week, which is when I get to go, I tend to go on a Monday or a Tuesday. I think it's $9.95 a ticket. So just working on that, if you went a couple of times a month, it's worth it.
Yeah.
When I first got it, I went a few times. I was going kind of every week, and then life just kind of got in the way ever so slightly.
Yeah. 1981 AM. I'm not sure. AM. Not sure. I was hoping Arrow would announce the Dollars trilogy for February. Have you heard if or when it's coming out? I've not heard anything myself.
No, I've not heard anything about it at all. You know what sprung in my head then when I read that was the Edgar Wright movie, Fistful of Fingers.
Yes.
Because Arrow have been banging on about that for ages. There was a postcard about it, wasn't there? I mean, years ago.
Yeah.
But that was supposedly happening, and that's never come to fruition.
Same as The Frighteners. Speaking of New Zealand movies, yeah, The Frighteners was advertising on a postcard months ago, and still nothing. Where are we? Jeremy, whether you own it or not,
yes, Jeremy.
What do you think is the least gimmicky merch product?
The least gimmicky?
See, a lot of my stuff's quite gimmicky, like from the magnets and stuff like that. It's, I think the gimmicky thing is when it just serves no real purpose. I think the least, I don't know. It depends what sort of movie tie-in you're thinking about. A notepad with the picture of a movie on the front, is that gimmicky, or is it just
a little bit pointless, isn't it?
Having your branding, but something that can be useful. I
think the nicest thing, I won a few little kind of film competitions and stuff like that. And the nicest thing I've had, I think is something I've shown on here before anyway, is that Dune water bottle that's engraved and what have you. That's really nice. And you can tie that in. They're in a desert. What do you want in a desert? You want water.
Yeah.
You've got an engraved water bottle. It ties in. It's practical.
It is a bit gimmicky, but at the same time, it's useful.
But it'd be more gimmicky if I'd have won a Dune notebook, wouldn't it?
Yeah, true. For that one.
Yeah. What good would that have done me in the desert?
A couple of comments on New Zealand films. Quiet Earth and Once Were Warriors. Two favourites from Last Days on Earth.
Once Were Warriors.
And the Mighty Goose suggests check out The Quiet Earth. U2, is it U2? Goodbye Pork Pie. Scarface Shaker's Run are all popular Kiwi films.
Okay then.
That's a few I've not heard of.
Yeah, totally.
I'll have to have a look a bit later. Jeremy, that engraved water bottle is cool.
It is. It's that's knocking about as well. So like I say, I'm still having a sort out. It was very nice.
Yeah.
Why aren't you liking? They're not liking it because they don't like it, Jeremy.
Are you hate watching? Why not hate subscribe while you're at it? There we go. Or just a normal subscribe would do me. That'd be great. Thank you for the shares out there, Jeremy. Ben's just backed up on there again. What's he fetching now?
Hit the thumbs down and tell us how much you don't like us. It's the Doom water bottle. I know it was one of these days I'll actually sort everything out and I will actually have sold everything I want to get rid of.
Black Sheep from 2006 is another good New Zealand movie.
Yeah, well, that came out over here. That's the horror movie where it's the manic rabid sheep, isn't it? Yeah.
What's Little Monsters? Who was Little Monsters?
That was New Zealand, wasn't it? Or was it?
I can't remember.
Lupita Nyong'o one.
Yes.
Yeah. There we go. Look. I don't know if that'll even show up on the camera, but it's beautifully engraved and it's got all the thingamajig going on and stuff. But that's very nice. Yeah.
Very nice. I'm glad you're getting the use out of it anyway.
Yeah. I'll just put it back in its plastic bag and now put it back in its box now. That also came with a lovely Doom t-shirt that was size small. And bearing in mind I'm 6'3" and God knows what weight. Funnily enough, I don't think I'll squeeze into it. But just for fun, I might do one day.
I think the Little Monsters, I think it was an Aussie production, not New Zealand.
Oh God, we're so xenophobic.
Geographically challenged.
Mixing up Australia and New Zealand all the time.
I'm trying to think. I know I asked you earlier what your pickups were this week. I'm trying to think if I picked up anything this week, but I don't think I actually have. I picked up the Infernal Affairs trilogy, which I think was the last thing that I ordered or picked up.
Oh, I picked up a BFI release of The Innocents.
Right.
which is it's based on Turning of the Screw. It was who put me onto that? Who was talking about it? And I thought, I'll give that a look. Oh, Robert Eggers was on about it.
Yeah.
We've gone full circle. Look, we're back around to Nosferatu. So I thought I'd give that a look. That was in React, and I had a voucher, so I went for it.
Yeah, I assume you've not checked it out yet.
Not as yet, no.
No. I'd be interested to know what the BFI discs are like, because they're releasing Kronos, the Guillermo del Toro film, in February. So I'd like to know what the discs are like before I order the Criterion.
I was going to say, stateside it's Criterion, and then here we're BFI release, aren't we?
Yeah, yeah.
Is it one of the first 4K releases that BFI are doing?
I'm not sure. I've never really looked at their releases in the past, to be honest with you.
No, I haven't.
Maybe I should.
Maybe you should.
Mad Dog, there's a new New Zealand body horror movie called The Grafted, which looks promising.
Nice. Okay. We'll make a note of that. Give that a look.
Have you got, now, tomorrow, 2nd of December, is or seemingly a massive release day in the UK for lots of re-release steelbooks and everything like that. Did you order anything that's due next week?
No. Elvira's Haunted Hills.
All right, yeah.
That's getting a release from 101 Films. That I've got on order. That's tomorrow. I think is Beetlejuice 2 tomorrow on home release? I think it probably is.
I know there's a lot of re-releases, like the Pulp Fiction anniversary tomorrow, and there's a load of steelbooks that are coming out tomorrow as well.
BFI have only got a handful of 4K releases. They're normally Blu Ray, but they've got Wages of Fear. Oh, how random. I was talking to somebody about that the other day. Seven Samurai, Kronos, Seventh Seal, Gregory's Girl. There's a handful. Watership Down. So I think it's quite recent they went into 4K releases. But no, right. Let's have a look what's out tomorrow then.
So Meows a Lot says, hopefully this Tuesday I can find Alien Romulus 4K in the wild. We have all the Alien movies then.
Nice. I really like Romulus. I thought it was a good throwback to the first two.
Right. Jeremy, generally speaking, why do you think some people think more merch makes you more of a fan of something when it really comes down to the film or the series?
I just think it's a collector mindset thing, isn't it? But that's like, I've said before about...
Yeah.
If I've got 1,000 titles on the shelf and somebody else has got 10 titles, does that mean I'm a bigger film fan than they are?
Yeah.
Or does it just mean I'm a bigger collector than they are?
It's like the thing as well, people saying the super fans because they've got 50 variants, different copies of, and different formats of The Evil Dead 2. They've got like 50 odd copies. And you've got, say, one 4K copy of it. Who's the bigger fan of that? Who would you say is the bigger fan if someone's got 50 copies of various formats and editions, or you with just one copy?
It doesn't matter. No, the thing is, I could be a huge fan, and I am. I've got a signed blood red laser disc and stuff like that. But it doesn't... if you've got 50 copies of a film or something, you're still only going to watch one at a time. Yeah. So what does it matter?
Yeah.
So tomorrow is, it's Beetlejuice 2, Elvira's Haunted Hills, Godzilla -1, Strange Darling, which I highly recommend.
Yeah,
I really like that. But you've got re-releases of Galaxy Quest, Lost Highway, Leon, Black Phone, Pulp Fiction.
There's a ton of stuff, isn't there?
God, there really is, yeah. I've just gone to the next page and wish I hadn't. Shaun of the Dead's getting another release. Shaun of the Dead's getting another release. I mean, how many releases of Shaun of the Dead is there now? Oh, if you go on Blu-ray.com, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 different releases of Shaun of the Dead.
How many have you got?
1.
Not that much of a fan then, are you?
Clearly not. Otherwise, I'd have all 13. So I could I can have all 13 playing simultaneously on 13 different screens.
Yeah,
because that would mean I'm the biggest fan of that movie ever.
I did see. I'm just trying to find it now, but I really liked the this image when I did the interview with Vice Press. I was flicking through their some of their artwork and things like that, and I really liked their Shaun of the Dead. I'll find it. Their Shaun of the Dead variant poster.
Yeah, they've got some great
that one.
There. Yes. No, I've not seen that. No, I've not seen the full variant. The other one's in colour, isn't it?
Yes, the colour one is
the one I've seen. Yeah,
there we go.
Yeah, that's the one I've seen. I really like that.
Yeah, I think it's a really cool image. I was really impressed with it, and after doing the interview and just seeing too much of that sort of stuff, I thought, oh, need some of their artwork, need it now. But I've got nowhere to put it, so
yeah, exactly.
I've held back. Right, I'm going to jump back to the comments, and then I think we're slowly going to start wrapping this up, unless something huge comes up. Nicholas Dickens. People can be huge fans and could be skins. How much you've got doesn't determine your character. Absolutely. I think so. AJ Pink, excited for the Terrifier 3 4K later this month?
I am. I'm looking forward to watching it again.
Yes.
I really enjoyed it. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Looking forward to the extras. And I've got that silly big box from Umbrella coming, haven't I?
Yeah. Yeah. I want to chat to you about that at some point and record you for a video potentially.
Okay
then. Mad Dog, Shaun of the Dead would be for the 20th anniversary.
Yes, it would be. Yeah. 20 years. Good grief.
Yeah.
Scary.
Going to skip Jeremy. How do you feel about the big box VHS releases, Blu Ray movie, and just packaged in a VHS style box?
I didn't pick any of them up. I remember at the time being tempted by The Thing and American Werewolf, and I didn't do either, and I'm glad I didn't.
Fair.
Yeah.
I've not been tempted by any of them. I don't think I've looked particularly at any of them.
Well done, you.
I know. I do like. I've got a couple of slip covers that look like VHS that I think are quite nice. I've not gone out of the way to collect them, but I think they look quite unique, and I quite like the work that's gone into them. But I'm just not swayed by it.
No.
So Meows Locked, even though it ruins the surprise, I know I'm getting Godzilla -1 4K for Christmas. I had to be told because I would have bought it myself. Well, 35 different Godzilla films come December 25th.
Good for you.
That's a marathon.
Yeah, that's always the way, though, isn't it? I remember when I was a kid, it'd kind of like, well, at least when I was still at home, you'd have my mum kind of by late October going, don't you buy yourself anything now?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because who knows what Santa's bringing? You never know, do you?
No.
That's the beauty of Christmas. Santa he's clued in. He knows all of us.
Yeah. Nicholas Dickens, Shaun of the Dead looks like the Evil Dead. Love Shaun of the Dead. I only have it on DVD. Sometimes that's enough.
Yeah. I'd have been okay with it just on Blu-ray, but then I saw a really great price on the Cornetto trilogy box set thing on 4K, and immediately I went, but I like Edgar Wright, and I'm a film fan. I must have them on 4K.
You got to. But you wasn't that big of a fan of World's End, was you, really?
I think
the initial viewing.
The initial viewing, no. It's grown on me more and more, but if I had the choice, I would still watch Shaun of the Dead or Hot Fuzz a million over World's End. World's End's good, don't get me wrong. It is good, but I just preferred the other two.
Yeah. Nicholas Dickens. Almost thought about getting one of those VHS style covers, but it's just nostalgia thing. I prefer a nice regular cover. I think a lot of us are swaying that way now to a nice regular cover because we're sick of the worry of a slipcover, the worry of a steel book and ordering it, and the fear of missing out on whatever to do with it. So I'm aiming more towards regular stuff now because I'm tired of the anxiety of if I'll get a slipcover or if my steel book will be dented. Don't need it anymore. 1981. Enjoyed the interview with Vice Press.
Interesting what the upcoming releases are.
The film is that the Film Vault or their artwork. Film Vault new releases should be. I think he said were revealed in January, but I know a couple are fairly nice movies. Nice movies, but I'm not allowed to share through fear of death and ruining the source or anything like that. I want to get the guys back on again. I found them really interesting to talk to, and I'd like to do some other bits and bobs with them, but that could be something for another day. We will see. See if we can pull it off. I don't know.
Or mount it.
Or mount it, yes.
Or mount it. Yeah.
Nicholas Dickens, yes, that was a great interview, Phil. Thank you for that midweek treat.
Oh, a midweek treat.
I'll try and get. I think some people seem to like the interviews on there, even though they don't do very well viewing wise. I enjoy doing them, so I'm going to reach out to a couple of other folks and see if I can get something else going off there as well. But have you got anything else to add, Glenn, before I wrap us up?
Wrap us up like a Christmas present.
Yes.
All good in the hood and other cliche comments like that.
Sweet.
What triggered balloons then? What triggered balloons?
I clicked it, man.
Ah, you.
I've got a little thing. I can bring up anything now. I can bring up confetti like that if I needed to. I don't think it worked, did it? Just like that.
You loser. Oh dear.
Dash.
Anyhow.
Finally caught one of these live. I usually listen to these on a Monday, but I've been enjoying them. Glad you've been enjoying them. That's cool.
Dash.
I'm sorry to say we're about to go. I feel guilty now because it feels like you've just joined us. I don't know.
They can watch it tomorrow. Look, it's fine. Don't worry about it. It's okay. Everything's
last
okay.
couple of comments then. So Mayor's a lot. 35 Godzilla film marathon could be completed in 35 days. One movie a day. My Doctor Who marathon. Doctor 1 through 13 took a year and a half.
Oh my God, so meows a lot.
It's a lot of Doctor Who. See, I'm going to have to get Spencer or Jimmy onto the live streams to talk a bit about Doctor Who from the work that they've done on them, because they've done quite a few creatures.
I'm busy that day.
Okay. I'll get them both on together. Jeremy, thank you for the stream. You're welcome, Jeremy. Thank you for joining us again.
As always.
Hope the sound's been okay with the new mic. I'm going to work on if there's anything else I can do to get it sounding better and better. Hopefully.
Better and better. Oh my God.
AJ Pink, thanks for another great stream.
Thanks for joining us, AJ.
Sunday evening. Yes, thank you, AJ. So, Meows, awesome stream as always. Thank you, sir. And Dash, finally, you get a last comment, Dash. That's okay. Have a good evening. So, with that, thank you very much, folks, for joining us. And until next time, we'll see you soon.
Bye.
It's not worked again, Glenn. What have I done?
We're still here, look.